Sage Wanderer coming at you from my van down by the river. So much news today. And I got a busy day. I don't know how many videos I'm going to get out. I mean, there's the JFK thing, the whole Uranium One deal, these arrests by Paul Manafort, the whole thing with Kevin Spacey. I'm going to try to get to all of it today while I'm out working and doing things. So, topic number one, I think, is the political arrests that are happening right now. Historically, political arrests, one side arresting members of the other party and vice versa, are a precursor or an evidence or an indicator that civil war is afoot. Almost every civil war is predicated by political arrests. It's almost a prediction that if there are political arrests, then open warfare is soon to follow. So the first of what I believe to be many political arrests is occurring today. Paul Manafort, former campaign advisor for the Trump campaign, and renowned, if not somewhat infamous lobbyist, has been asked to turn himself in, and he has been charged with many counts, 15 I think. One is conspiracy against the United States and conspiracy to launder money. So ultimately, I think from what I can gather, that at the heart of this is a kind of IRS tax evasion sort of arrest. They went after Trump, trying to take him down with this bogus kangaroo court of a prosecutor who is dirty to the core. And he was unable to find anything on Trump. He found one of his associates that had some nefarious and shady kind of actions potentially going on as a lobbyist. Now, I find it interesting that they're trying to prove collusion with Russia and Manafort, and the best that they could do was to provide some kind of collusion with the Ukraine. And Ukraine is an opponent to Russia. And the things that he was involved with Ukraine were about the Ukrainians trying to prevent the Russians from invading them and taking them over, and trying to prop up the Ukrainian government over there, which is a breakaway republic from the Soviet Union. And, Putin just invaded them. So not only is this not proving collusion with Russia, this is proving collusion with an opponent of Russia. Manafort, was a lobbyist. And lobbyists, they deal with all kinds of critters, all kinds of swamp creatures. And it seems to me that the main thing they've got Manafort on is failing to fill out the proper paperwork before moving post-tax money to an offshore account. We're going to look into this deeper, and I'm sure we're going to hear loads of it. But I think what you can probably expect next, if he's got anything on the ball at all, his next move is to arrest his political opponents. This is what happens in civil war. They bogusly arrest somebody from your side, you bogusly arrest someone from their side. Not to say that any of these arrests are actually bogus, but in the time of civil war, many times they are. One could argue that this is a bogus arrest. This arrest definitely falls outside of the reported purpose of the Mueller investigation, which was to prove whether there was collusion between Russia and President Trump. And the best that they could do was to find one of his advisors who did some potentially illegal things. Literally, all of these things occurred before President Trump even ran for the presidency, before he even announced. I mean, these things are from 2014 and 2015. And insiders are stating that this, and I think even Mueller himself has come out and said in no uncertain terms, that this prosecution is an effort to get Paul Manafort to roll over on the President of the United States and offer up some inside information that he may or may not have concerning Donald Trump. Alex Jones has gone far enough to say, and he's kind of close in with Manafort because Roger Stone was Manafort's partner in this lobbying firm at one time. Stone and Jones have basically said that Mueller is only going after Manafort to force him to literally bear false witness and lie and make up things against the president. This is very much in line with pre-Civil War or Civil War behavior. Now, back in October of 2016, we all saw Robert Mueller come on television. I'm sorry, not Robert Mueller, but the other one, James Comey. James Comey come on television and essentially tell us that Hillary Clinton had committed several crimes and had violated her oaths of secrecy and protection of information and national security, and that there were charges that they could bring against her, but they were not going to. And that pissed a lot of people off, including me. It's like, hey, if I committed a crime and they knew about it, they would prosecute me. I wouldn't get a break. You wouldn't get a break. None of us would get a break. Why did Mueller give her a break? Well, I'm not going to speculate on his relationship with the Clinton campaign, but I will say this: it does seem natural that a guy like him doesn't want to be the guy who arrests the person who's supposed to be the next president of the United States. So he gave her a pass that I believe now that Sessions and Donald Trump should revoke. Arrest Hillary Clinton. That's your next move. Now, it's an indicator of civil war. It doesn't mean that political arrests cause civil war. It just means that that's one of the early on tactics and indicators of a civil war. So I do believe that there will be arrests now coming, or at least investigations being opened up and private, independent prosecutors announced to go against both Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, what's her name, Susan Rice. She's just dirty to the core. We've got this Uranium One scandal, which I would make a video about, but honestly, it's so intricate and detailed and takes so long. It's so hard to explain. I was trying to explain it to my son-in-law yesterday, and I realized that I'm incapable of explaining this in any kind of concise way that'll fit into a video. And I just encourage you guys to go out and digest the information yourself, because there's a lot to it. There was a lot of collusion with Russia and the Clinton campaign and the Obama administration and members of his cabinet to give away 20% of the uranium, of the United States uranium supply, and put it in the hands of Russia, where it was ferried illegally out of the country through Canada. So I'm getting shorter here. My thing's messing up. But at any rate, yeah, political arrests, especially when you're talking about communist revolutions, are part and parcel for the game. Expect more of them coming from both sides, which could eventually spark a literal shooting war when someone tries to arrest someone who decides that they are not going to go down, and several or many groups or members of government on one side or the other decide that they're not going to let them be arrested. There could even be a period of time where someone of high level is jailed and held illegally just to take them out of the equation. And I have said that arrests of open investigators who are also journalists could come as well, like Alex Jones or Roger Stone or Sean Hannity, or people associated with their investigative teams. Expect more silencing, expect more censorship, and this is just all part of the game. And you're seeing civil war play out before your very eyes. All right, I got stuff to do. I got a car to buy today. I actually own more than a van. I own several cars, and one of them got damaged in an accident, and it was not my fault, and the insurance company paid off. So I have a chunk of cash that I'm going to go out and try to lay my hands on a 4x4 today, just in case I need to run to the snow. All right, so see you guys next time, and God save the Republic.